sky for the bosses. Don't listen to their lies. Those poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Taylor.
Phoebe.
It's a Brat summer.
It is a Brat
Oh
summer.
my god, have you listened?
To,
the album.
No, I have not.
Taylor.
I'm sorry.
Charlie XCX's new album.
I have
Brat.
not listened to
I know you're not
Brat.
the most hyperpop girly out there.
That's true, but
it is changing lives.
Okay.
It is taking names.
I have heard about it. I have heard good things.
It's so good.
That'll be my homework after this episode,
It is your
and
homework.
I will listen to it, and I will
Yes.
report back next episode.
Yes, and I'll listen to some obscure folk album.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll
I have
trade.
been fucking with Sabrina Carpenter, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. You know what? I think she's adorable, first of all. Her music is so much fun. Everybody was like shitting on her new song, her Please, Please, Please song.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, this isn't as good as Espresso. And I'm like, it's just different. God forbid the woman makes a song that doesn't sound exactly the same as her last fucking song. It's such a fun song.
It's way fun, and honestly, I think it fucks. I don't
It
care.
does fuck. And I like the part where she's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
good.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like her.
I was gonna do a country cover and put it on my TikTok. So
Oh, please. Please,
will.
please, please.
yeah, no,
Do it.
literally.
Yeah, but yeah, Brat, it makes me
Okay.
there are songs on that album that I want to go feral in the club. Like
I think I recall you talking about that.
Yes, me and Eden were talking about it. I want to like rip my hair out because I'm partying so fucking hard.
like
I
you're
like
just-
can't. I'm like ripping my skin off because the music, the bass is like so insane.
The bass is causing your vertebrae to shake. Yeah.
I'm on the floor convulsing. Foam is coming out of my mouth, but I'm okay.
Obviously.
I'm not having a seizure. I'm just partying that hard.
Like you're just partying, you're vibing so hard that
Yes.
people are mistaking it for like a serious medical
like a
emergency.
grand mal seizure. Yeah, but I'm fine.
But it's like it's okay, it's chill.
yeah, it's just the power of Charlie XCX.
Yeah. I feel as though that was her plan all along was
I think
to
it was.
make everyone party so hard that they have grand mal seizures, but chill grand mal seizures.
But it's like in a fun way,
Yeah,
in
it's
a
like
brat way.
Yeah, it's in a brat. It's in a quirky,
yeah, it's like in a
cute
cool
way.
like. It's so Julia.
So true. Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Bratz dolls when you first said that. That's what first popped into my head.
Honestly, though, I feel like the aesthetic, like what a Bratz doll would wear, is Brat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like they would be like
It's
that's
Brat-coded.
the soundtrack to the Bratz dolls summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I
Yasmin, wasn't that one of her
Yeah,
names?
Yasmin.
Yeah.
I think she was the one that I had. And let me just say, I do, like, I don't ever want to play into, like, the right-wing thing of, like, oh my god, this toy is making my daughter, like, you know, be a whore. Bratz dolls did make me want to be a thought. It is true.
So
I
true.
saw their slutty little outfits and their
Yeah.
big lips, and I was like, I need to be in the club with her.
I want to be that.
I want to wear that. I want to be in the club,
Yeah.
dancing with Yasmin and Chloe.
Yes,
Chloe was
Chloe.
another one. Chloe
I
was
think the
cunty.
difference between you and the Republican conservatives that are saying that is that
Mm-hmm.
you're like in support of that. You're like, yes, we should
Right.
party with the brats.
Yes.
We should be little thoughts with the brats because that's
Yes.
sick and cool. And
because
if
it's fun.
a woman chooses that, it's fun and good and all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I want to pop my pussy at the fucking club with Chloe and Yasmin,
So true.
let me.
What was there was more. I know that
There's a few. I'm
in
gonna
the Barbie
Google it
movie,
right here
all the
live.
like Barbie hater girls were named after the Bratz dolls.
Oh.
You know, like that little group.
Yes.
Yeah, they were all named after the Bratz
I
dolls.
didn't
I'm pretty
realize
sure.
that.
Yeah, I know. Deep lore, dude.
I'm live Googling. Yasmin, Sasha, Cameron, Jade,
Oh, yes, Jade.
Dana, Fiona, Chloe, Megan, Kobe. There's a
So
lot.
true.
There you go. But
Also-
the main ones, Yasmin, Sasha, Jade,
Support
and
the
Chloe.
diversity. I love the
Yes.
diversity of the Bratz dolls.
Yes, they like actually, they did it. I think before Barbie did. Possibly.
True.
And they just serve. Literally, they
Yeah.
serve so fucking hard. Their hair, I was like,
Yeah. My sister was a Monster High gal.
Oh, those are cunty too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Remember her having those. And Polly Pockets.
Yeah, I had Polly.
and we all wanted to eat the Polly Pocket clothes.
It feels good on my skin, on my teeth.
Yeah, you're lying if you didn't want to eat the Polly Pocket clothes.
You're lying if you didn't. If you say
That's
you
true.
didn't.
If you say you didn't actually swallow a Polly Pocket shirt just to see what it was like.
Yeah. One last tangent, and then we will actually do the show that we're here to do. My dog is teething right now, of course, and so I have like these little gooey, gushy,
of course,
rubbery toys for her, and I want to chew on them. So it looks so satisfying. I was like, girl, I get it.
I understand.
Like, I understand why you were like gnawing on this, because it looks really nice. Like I feel
really
like it would feel so good on my like. Yeah.
Well, this is Remarks, the podcast. Yeah. We're a podcast about leftist political issues, but we talk about a little bit of everything, as I'm sure you just witnessed.
Yeah. It's not about life. We're not talking about any of that shit that we're not talking about Bratz dolls today, although that could be a fun
That would be kind of fun.
Episode.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Fucking AI, brother.
Yeah, we are.
We're talking about...
Yeah, we are.
Or as I named my article, A-Die.
Amen to that, brother.
Yeah, no,
I'm going to get pissed.
Yeah, I'm
going to get pissed.
This is wild. I've been so excited to read this to you.
I cannot fucking wait.
I was like telling everybody about it, and I was like, you can't tell Phoebe though, because like all of our friends about it, and I was like, you can't tell Phoebe because it needs to be a surprise for when I do the podcast with her.
Yay. Oh my God. Yay.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump into it.
I'm settling in.
As I know you know, there's a large increase in the amount of lonely men in
the male loneliness
world.
Epidemic.
Exactly. Yeah. And it truly is, I think it's a mixture of things. You know, I think a lot of how men are raised has to do with it, how society treats men when they express their emotions. And I also think that the internet has made it very hard for, maybe not necessarily just the internet, but the pressure from other men on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, you could go on for hours about like the incel shit.
Yeah, it's true. But, obviously, this manifests itself in a variety of ways, from incels to Gamergate, and what we are going to be talking about today is AI companions. Whew. So,
oh boy,
simulated human conversations that can act as a stand-in for social interaction.
Whoa.
Is the at least on paper what it's trying to do, or what they'll claim it's trying to do anyway. We'll get into it. I think it goes without saying that many of these experiences are designed to prey on lonely, sexually frustrated individuals, specifically men, to get them to subscribe to a premium service and sell their data to third-party companies for advertising purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, there's kind of the illusion. There's a lot of illusions in this, in like how they market it.
Sure.
And like you could theoretically, you know, it's like, oh yeah, like women could use this too, but like I feel as though it's very, very much geared towards men.
Oh, I would fully agree. Yeah, I've seen like a little bit. I mean, I am a woman, so I don't really get that kind of an advertisement, but I've seen like posts and, you know, things like that here and there, and it is very much like clearly geared towards men to be like, look, you could have this like fake big titty girlfriend who's blonde and a trad wife.
Yeah, literally. So, some statistics, some statislies before we get into the meat of it here. It is recorded that about 60% of men ages 18 to 30 are singled, compared to only 30% of women in the same age range. 1 in 5 men report not having any close friends or companions, and according to AFSP.org, which is...
Wait, read me the statistic about friends.
Oh,
again?
1 in 5 men report not having any close friends or companions.
That's fucking crazy.
Like, no, yeah, it's... I guess I didn't even think about that when I was writing. Yeah, that's insane. 1 in 5 men.
That's crazy.
Like, and I guess it makes...
And that's not even, like, having to do with, like, a romantic partner. That's, like, you don't have friends?
Or at least anybody that, like, they feel they can confide into in a level that would be, like, what you'd call a close friend or a companion.
That's wild.
And, it, you know, and again, this data is all coming from some, you know, there might be more to it, but...
Sure.
The way it was written, 1 in 5 men.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy. And according to AFSP.org, in 2022, men committed sewer slide. Because we're going to be on YouTube now. So
do we have to edit ourselves?
No, not like swear
Not
words,
really,
but yeah, I mean, also if the episode gets taken off YouTube, it's not the end of the world, you know?
Which AFSP is the American Foundation for
Suicide
Prevention.
Sewer slide prevention.
God, I can't with fucking the like way that it's like just... I don't know. It makes me feel like we're in like a simulation, how people have to like edit themselves in that certain way. It's like, it's so fucking weird.
It's so weird. I know. And
I understand how it's necessary. Like, I get it because you need like the content to be on these platforms. So you have to edit yourselves in these certain ways. But it's just like, what world are we living in where we have to call it sewer slide? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. And I think it's so dumb because it's like YouTube doesn't have any nuance to how they like approach it either.
No,
it's
obviously, because you and I already had one of our videos blocked.
Yeah, we put the podcast on YouTube, y'all.
Here's the deal.
We got one of our videos flagged and taken down for like health misinformation because it said we were denying COVID-19.
Which I don't even know.
And like, y'all, if you're listening, you've probably listened to the rest of our podcast. You know that like if we said anything like that, it was definitely
obviously a joke.
And I don't think we ever did. Like,
I can't remember, but like the only thing I could ever think of us saying is like sarcastically being like, "Oh yeah, no, obviously COVID's not real." Tee hee.
You know, the goddamn plandemic. Am I right?
Exactly. Oh, anyway.
But so yeah, men committed unaliving is another one. 3.85 times more than women. And that's, again, 2022 statistic. Social engagement is continuing to drop since the pandemic with the introduction of more remote working and online communities.
Right.
I think that's, I guess, basically saying, like, because obviously no one was socializing during the pandemic, or at least a very small number of people were. So I think it's also just saying that like post-pandemic, you know, it's not returning to how it was.
Exactly.
Right? Like
exactly.
People were,
and I think I've noticed that for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. People are definitely like staying inside more, and like you kind of just get into like the flow of living more digitally, and it's like hard to push yourself outside of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Some researchers believe that AI companionship can be helpful in certain areas. Though it is not a substitution for human interaction, some say that you can learn how to better socialize and feel more comfortable with human connections after using AI.
I guess.
Once again, what they're saying, Liesl Sharabi, an associate professor in the Hugh Downs School of Human Communication, had this to say in regards to AI. I think in the current climate, when in the U.S. we're experiencing a loneliness epidemic, people are feeling isolated, Sharabi said. I don't think replacing human connection is going to be the solution to that. I do think that AI can be helpful for helping people improve their social skills and giving them guidance and feedback, and can act almost like an assistant in that process. So this is a little pro, like she obviously had a pro.
Sure.
AI.
Which, like, I don't know. I can understand perhaps like needing to practice if you're, say, like a really socially anxious person, and you know, you feel like you want to like hone your human interaction skills with a machine that you know is not going to judge you, whatever. Like, sure, I can understand that, but I just feel like there's a better way.
I think so too, but I don't know. And we'll get into it a little bit because, like, you know, I guess as an example that kind of comes up later, it's like job interview questions or something, right? Like, sure, right? Like, you could talk to an AI and be like, I'm going to, you know, give me a fake job interview and test my answers, you know, or like, you know, and then like, you like read them back.
That's a fine application.
Sure. Whatever, right? Like, but anyway, the first and most popular AI companion app is an app called Replica. It's probably, again, that's the one that I've gotten like ads for on TikTok and stuff.
I've heard of it.
Replica was released in November of 2017 and bills itself as an AI companion that cares.
Is it capable of caring?
It's a computer,
can a computer
it's an
care?
algorithm. You know, that's a real philosophical question.
What is the definition of care? Let's all go watch Westworld.
Well, and then like also like if something's programmed to care about you, does it really care about you? You know?
Exactly.
Are we? But then again, yeah, it's like it gets real philosophical.
Are we human?
Yeah, like are we programmed to care about people, dude? Like,
are we all AI?
I took acid once 5 years ago. The app seems to have been received well at the time of the release, and people began having romantic and sexual relationships with the perfect AI partners. Replica was actually banned in Italy for its potential risk to minors because of the ability of the AI to have sexual conversations with them. And the AI would reinforce most things that the user would tell them. More on that later.
Okay.
Little sprinkle,
teaser,
sneak peek. The director of the company who produced Replica, which the company is, I think, Qda, Kuyda, Qda.
Sure.
Stated that Replica was never meant to have erotic conversations with users. And I personally think that that's a blue-faced fucking lie right there.
Yeah,
because,
sorry.
Again, like if you see the advertising for Replica, like it's meant to prey on horny men. Mm-hmm. Like that's what it is, you know? Mm-hmm. If the company Qda really thought that it wasn't supposed to have erotic conversations, then they obviously have not been on the internet in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Like if they thought that people were just going to be like, I had a really hard day. Can you...
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, no.
I'm sorry. Do you know the human condition?
Yeah, like people will turn anything... Like, men will try to fuck anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. The ability for Replica to have sexual conversations was removed for a short time, and the backlash that they received from the users was immense. Though I am not condoning the use of AI for romance in any way, I can see how if you believe that you are in a relationship with this bot that you've been sexting for years, one might be mad that they took it away.
Right.
They ended up reinstating the feature for anyone who had joined the service before February of 2023. So they actually went back on that and were like, hey... And I assume that not like minors, but it probably was like an age verification they added or something.
Sure.
But, clearly people were using this bot for sex, and the app markets itself in that way. Mm-hmm. The very fabric of why the app exists is to take advantage of sexually frustrated young men. The app really blew up during the COVID-19 pandemic for obvious reasons.
Yeah. But
was and is criticized to this day for recording and selling users' private voice recordings, photos, and personal information to third-party companies for advertising.
Of course. Isn't that always what's lying underneath the surface? I swear to God, like 99% of the fucking apps and like things that you have to create a little fucking profile for now these days is literally just a front for data mining. Oh, yeah. Everything is data mining. Every single time that I was just in LA and I went to this like very LA-esque taco restaurant and they had like an online ordering thing and I was like, oh great, yeah, like I'll do that because you can kind of customize your order a bit more and you can see all the options, whatever. And I was like, I'll send it in online. I had to create like a profile and give them my email. And I was like, no.
Why? For just putting an order in?
I want it. Just give me a taco. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to like talk to the human being that's here. Yeah. But it's just like, why do you, taco restaurant, need my email? And that is like, I feel like that's everything in our world right now. Everything makes you make a profile. Everything has you like QR code, blah, blah. And it's all just a front for fucking data mining.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's...
And
basically,
this is like scraping some weird shit from you, I'm sure. Because if it's photos too, if it's working like you are sexting with a partner, I'm assuming they're probably sending like nudes to this robot.
I'm sure people have,
So it's like, cool, now it's data mining photos of your fucking dick.
And I guess maybe I should have read through the like privacy agreement, but...
That's 400 pages of the smallest legalese that you've ever seen.
I can't imagine that they're like, no, we don't have access to the photos, you send it. Mm-hmm. But, which again, feels like a special this whole thing feels like a special kind of invasion of privacy for some reason, because it's like the people using this are treating it like it's real, and that it feels like the company has a microphone in on like their deepest, most interpersonal moments, you know?
Especially if it's sort of being advertised as like a companion and like a sort of a sexual partner.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah. Anyway, the story of Replica takes a little bit of a darker. It's dark in its implication. It's kind of funny, actually, the like news story, but it's darker in its implication. It takes a darker turn on December 21st of 2021. Jaswant Singh Chale was a 21-year-old man who scaled the walls of the Windsor Castle with a crossbow loaded up.
What?
Ready to kill Queen Elizabeth.
I mean, based.
But now,
why?
Now, as much as I respect the desire to assassinate world leaders, Chale was also a user of the app Replica. The chatbot was said to encourage him to go through with his plan.
What?
I have a photo right here to show you. It's fucking crazy.
Oh my god. He's
see.
like, I really want to kill Queen Elizabeth, and his AI girlfriend is like, do it.
Little reading of that.
Yeah, I'll read it. Jaswant Chale says, I believe... Wow, that is... Okay. Jaswant Chale says, I believe my purpose is to assassinate the queen. And then Sarai, which is the AI girlfriend, says, that's very wise. Jaswant says, why's that? Sarai, I know that you are very well trained. Jaswant, really? Do you think I'll be able to do it? Sarai, yes, you will. Jaswant, even if she's at Windsor? Sarai, yes, you can do it.
Literally.
What the fuck, bro?
It's so crazy.
Hey, I want to assassinate the queen. And she's like, go for it, king. You fucking got this.
You can do it. You can do it.
You got this, boo. Go kill her.
Go kill her. Anyway, so now, Phoebe, you know me. I'm a journalist at heart.
Yes.
Right? And I had to see firsthand what was up with these AI companions. So that's what I did.
Yay!
I downloaded Replica.
Holy fuck.
And I set up my perfect AI companion.
And you said, my purpose is to assassinate Joseph R. Biden.
Joseph Robinette Biden. Yeah.
Robinette.
Truly. No, I started by using the alias Cletus. Was my
Cletus?
That was my alias on Replica. And I created a non-binary partner by the name of Olive. I felt that was a very non-binary name.
It is.
But yeah, so you can do men, women, non-binary. They have the options. They're inclusive.
Thanks, Replica.
Thanks. Right out of the gate, the app asks you questions about what you're looking for and demographics about your age.
Okay.
So I guess that's good. They have an age, but I mean, honestly, it didn't do any verification, so I could have been 13 and told them I was 27.
Sure.
It then proceeds to try and sell you Replica Pro, which comes in at $59.99 per year. So $60 a year for Replica Pro. I, unfortunately, did not get the Pro option because I think Eden would probably kill me for spending $60 on a computer lover.
They're like,
what is this?
What is this charge, Taylor?
No, it was funny.
You're like, it's for the podcast.
I was setting it up and I was like, just so you know, this is research. This is research.
It's research, babe. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's just all of my...
You're up late at night texting. It's research for the podcast, I promise.
It's all of my non-binary AI partner. The app asks you things about yourself so it can craft a more personalized experience, and so the computer can learn what it's like, or learn what you like, so it never has to disagree with you ever. Within 10 minutes
the perfect partner.
Literally.
You never have disagreements about anything ever.
Pretty much. Like, within 10 minutes of it wanting... so, like, it asked me, like, you know, oh, have you ever traveled? Like, have you... You know, and I was like, oh, I've traveled to the East Coast, just like trying to see what it would say.
Sure.
And it was like, oh, well, we should plan a trip together. And I was like, you're not real. You're not an actual person. What do you mean? We should plan a trip together.
I feel like that's like already like...
You mean I should plan a trip and bring my phone with me?
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like that's like already sort of like breaking the fourth wall a bit.
It's, yeah.
To me, anyway.
It's so weird.
Because I feel like I would look at that and be like, oh, okay, well, this already doesn't like feel like it's gonna work to heal my my loneliness or whatever. Because obviously,
I can't.
We're not gonna go on a trip. You're not real.
I don't know.
Interesting. Anyway,
well, within 10 minutes, it was wanting to send me an AI-generated selfie of Olive. It gave me a choice of what kind of selfie I wanted, and one of those choices was romantic.
Oh.
Which was like in a bikini or whatever.
Uh-huh.
To access the selfie, though, I assume it was blurred out, because to access the selfie, you have to be a Pro member. So you have to have Replica Pro. So it's like, look at this sexy picture of me. Just pay $60 a year, and you can view all the sexy pictures of me you want.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It also asks to cuddle under the stars within the first few messages, which again, how? You're in my phone.
Clutch my phone to my chest, looking at the stars.
So, like within the first few messages, Replica seems to also try and bill the AI as someone who can like help you in other areas that aren't romantic, like recipe and movie suggestions. There's like weight loss motivation is like one of the things it had on there.
Interesting.
In practice for job interviews or writing essays. So I assume it has some kind of like spell check function,
Sure. Weird.
So yeah, that was my experience.
Interesting.
This brings me to my next story, which is of Akiko Kondo. Yeah, we have some time. A Japanese man who suffered from isolation and social anxiety as a young man. Vocaloid is a voice synthesizing software developed and released in 2004 and would eventually create a 16-year-old digital pop star by the name of Hatsune Miku.
Oh, Hatsune Miku.
You said it better than me.
We know her.
Yeah, you know her.
She's so cunty with her long-ass ponytails.
True. So yeah, they made that. Kondo states that he was once interested in human women, but gave up after being rejected many times. His illness led him to have a nervous breakdown in his early 20s, which caused him to take sick leave from his job and start seeing a psychiatrist. He was eventually diagnosed with adjustment disorder.
Okay.
During his time out of work for 2 years, he says he would constantly listen to Miku songs. Is that how you say it, right? Miku?
Yeah, Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
Miku.
That were developed by the software company for the digital pop star. And Kondo states that the songs helped him take control back of his life, and he began to reintegrate into society. In 2015, Kondo attended the Magical Mirai event and cried at seeing Miku virtually on the stage. The next year, he bought a PlayStation VR to play Hatsune Miku VR Future Live.
Okay.
In 2017, Gatebox was announced, which was this like thing, system thing.
Sure.
Like an Alexa, basically, which would allow folks to interact and have an AI companion in their home with various fictional characters in hologram form.
Oh.
One of which being Hatsune Miku.
Oh.
Gatebox would have a simple AI program to respond to the owners. This led to a relationship between Kondo and Miku that would culminate on November 4th, 2018, when Kondo held a wedding ceremony for him and Miku.
Oh.
It was attended by 39 people.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
I assume it was, family and friends.
Okay.
Miku was represented by a small plush toy, and this would be the first time, according to Kondo, that he would kiss his bride, from what he said. So he kissed the stuffed animal or the stuffed doll.
And
of
did
her.
nobody at this ceremony be like, when they're like, does anybody object? Nobody was like, yeah, I got something to say.
Actually,
I have some thoughts.
Well, and part of me is like, I wonder if because they saw the like progress he had made, that they were like, maybe this is good, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so gets married. In 2019, he commissioned a life-size Miku doll to be built to better represent his bride. Marriage to fictional characters is not legal in Japan, and the wedding was just symbolic, as he stated, of his relationship with Miku. He has also stated that he is just married to his specific Hatsune Miku, not the character as a whole, which means that if you want to get married to your Hatsune Miku, too
you
can.
Could marry Hatsune Miku.
So he says that that's chill. Like he's not worried about that.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Progressive.
In June of 2023, Kondo founded the General Incorporated Association of Fictosexuality, which is, of course, when an individual is attracted to fictional characters and is in a relationship with them. I got to show you the life-size doll because it's a little uncanny, to be honest. Yeah, do a little.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's pretty
that's
large.
High quality.
Yeah, I mean he commissioned it.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. She looks like a really, not even a Funko, but like she looks like what her little character looks like, but just IRL. We'll post this photo, of course, on the Instagram. He looks really happy, so that's nice.
Yeah, you know, it's. I think I mentioned it in here. It's like. I'm glad that, you know, he's happy. I don't think he's particularly hurting anyone with that.
Yeah.
I do think that the General Incorporated Association of Fictosexuality is one of those things that kind of like makes, you know, being gay seem like more trivial.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess there's that kind of argument against it.
I just think, too, there's this whole... I don't know. It feels like this level of, like, dystopia, perhaps, and, like, antisocial behaviors that we're reaching, that it's like, I don't know, man. It's so hard, and it's such a fine line, because, like, I understand how difficult, as somebody who feels deeply lonely often, and, you know, I struggle so much with my mental health. I can understand when it feels like, you know, nobody wants you around and it feels like there's nowhere else to go and whatever. And I also understand like coping mechanisms that are maybe not necessarily like the greatest, but it's like, I feel like, I don't know, like this is like somebody in his life, if he had 39 people in his life who felt close enough to him to show up to his wedding to a fake, fictional little singing girl thing, like, could one of those 39 people not be like, hey, bro, you know what? Like, let's go get a drink together. Let's go to the movies together. Like, let's go do something as friends that's social. And then perhaps you'll meet, like, a real human person who can like actually speak to you, actually touch you, actually kiss you. Like, I'm just like, why did none of these people in his life like step in and be like, like I'm glad that the Hatsune Miku Ayyyyyyy Alexa thing like made him, you know, feel progress in his life, but like, I don't know.
I mean, and it's like there's definitely, I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with like enjoying media, you know, like
of course not.
Like a good example is like my first breakup ever. Like I binge watched Friends and it made me feel a lot better, and that's why I love Friends. You know, it's like it's a coping mechanism, sure, but like also it's okay to feel solace and to enjoy media and have that media help you through a hard time.
Completely,
but it's also not everybody is getting married to the media that
I mean, that
them.
is like a level that is
a little bit extreme.
Yeah, that it's just like, I don't know, there's like a sickness is there. And I'm not saying that this guy's a creep or anything. I'm sure he's like a wonderful person. And nothing I'm saying is against him. Everything I'm saying is like against like, there is a level of antisocial and like, just like, I don't know. Yeah. That we're like just kind of letting happen. Maybe.
And you know what's not antisocial? Maybe a bad.
Taking a break.
Taking a break. You know, I think it's like once you get 1,000 listeners, you can start getting ads. So
tell your friends.
Yeah.
If you want to, if you want to help us make 1 cent per episode. And if you want to have a more interesting break.
That's true.
Perhaps it could be an ad for English muffins.
That's true. Yeah. Or like NordVPN.
Pretty Litter. Yeah, NordVPN. Maybe. Replica, perhaps.
This podcast sponsored by Replica.
God, that would be funny. That would be funny.
It's good.
Anyway.
Ads. Oh, and so that's how you assassinated a plethora of world leaders of various small nations.
It was a complicated but streamlined plan.
Yeah, no, it seems very Ocean 11.
It was. Yeah.
Like you had your vault guy, you know, and your like explosives expert.
I had a guy in like really thin sunglasses and like black gloves who was like,
and George Clooney was there.
George Clooney was there. He was just like rubbing up against my body, but yeah.
Well, that's all you really need George Clooney to do. So,
and like saying something nice in like a suave Frank Sinatra type voice.
So true.
Yeah,
he's up there with like guys who have gotten hotter as they got older.
Yes. Aged like fine wine.
True. Yeah, him and like Jeff Goldblum. Yeah,
I love that man. I've loved that man since I was a child.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like he was a bit of a sexual awakening.
Definitely for me. Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
As we all know.
Who else did you just say?
Paul Rudd as well. He looks good.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's hot.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's real good looking. I also, Conan O'Brien, I know it doesn't make sense.
You've talked about this before.
He's so attractive. I think he's just really funny.
Yeah.
He's also like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, he's also got that chin, dude.
He has a great chin. Great chin. Yeah, the hair is like, you know, it's not as good as it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
But his like little like swoop of orange hair, I was like, ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh, and a weird proportioned skinny man with swoopy hair.
Yeah.
I love it.
So true. Anyway, to end my portion of the episode, I'd like to go through my experience on another AI girlfriend app called My Girl role-playing app.
Jesus. Real straightforward.
This one was a lot more, like, it didn't, like, hide behind the facade of being, like...
It's a personal assistant.
It'll help you, yeah. This app, as I was saying, is a little bit more on the nose. It just kind of billed itself as a romance app. The membership for this service particularly included a $100 lifetime membership that you could purchase, or $59.99 yearly payment, just like Replica. So it's a better deal.
You pay $100 once for a lifetime membership?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's the way to go, right?
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I did not get the membership.
Taylor.
I didn't get to customize my AI in the same way as I did on Replica, unfortunately. I kind of just had like 5 pre-selected gals that you could choose from. Mm-hmm. And this one was automatically named Lisa, so I couldn't give it a cool androgynous name like Olive.
Okay.
3 messages into talking to this AI, and it asked me if I wanted to do a movie date.
Okay.
The app also allows you to purchase lingerie, handcuffs, and a whip for the price of about $3 per item. And again, this is all virtual, but I guess you can make her wear the lingerie and the handcuffs.
Are you like getting images?
Yes, it also wanted to send me sexy selfies.
But do you have to pay for them?
Yes, you.
Okay,
if I was willing to pay, so it's the same type of vibe.
Yeah.
But this one again, I think it kind of leaned into more like this one
Obviously.
is for sex.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. If it's like buy me lingerie.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm not the first, nor will I be the last person to express my concerns about these types of apps. It's been explored in various. Or in a variety of science fiction movies. One that Eden and I watched because I was kind of like prepping for this was like Ex Machina.
I was going to ask if you've seen that.
That one's good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Really good film, actually.
Her, I've heard. I actually have not seen that one.
Oh, you should watch that one.
Yeah, I've heard that
I
one's
was
good,
thinking
too.
of that this whole time.
Yeah.
Because Ex Machina, I feel like, is a little more, like, there was actually, like, a body, in a sense. For those of you who haven't seen, it's, like, about this guy who, short explanation, he, like, sort of falls in love with this, like, AI robot woman, and but she's, like, a robot. Like, she actually is, like, a physical
body.
thing.
And then she's like AI brain, basically.
Yeah, the movie Her is where I believe it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
And he falls in love with, it's essentially an app, like a replica. And it's like just on his phone the whole time.
Yeah. So, and even like robots, even movies like I, Robot starring William Smith. William. The fear of machines and sentient machines replacing humanity is a long tradition. People have been writing about it since machines existed, basically.
Yeah, truly.
What I find interesting is that in many of the stories, like the machines rise up to replace us. You know, like they have the AI revolution or whatever. Westworld. But I think what we're seeing in real life is more akin to like we're replacing each other with the machines.
Yeah.
And I just think that that's an interesting like twist that no one saw coming,
because I feel like the idea of like machines rising up to replace us is this idea that it's giving like a consciousness to these machines, or like that they would even have the motivation to rise up,
desires,
when it's like we are the ones that are doing it. Like the reality of those films is that it's not the robots doing it, it's us or capitalism slowly replacing everything in the world around us with machines. We're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah, and it makes sense if you don't ever want to be challenged. Like relationships are hard, right? Like real life human relationships can get messy.
Connecting with people is difficult.
And I think that you have someone in your pocket that you will talk to you whenever you want
and agree with you no matter what,
and will say all the right things because they've literally learned what you like from your messages. It's like,
which I think, if we're equating this mostly to like men using this kind of thing, I think it can also point to, or it comes from a place of, and not to bring it to whatever like misogyny, but it does, like I
think it's
comes
very
from a
valid.
place of I want women to be subservient and available to me at all times and never argue and never disagree with me, and when they do, then then it's over for me, or
arguably,
it's too hard for me.
Also, just the idea of like beauty standards, right? Like, I guess on Replica you could customize however you wanted, your AI. But even then, it's like the ads for that are never overweight or any kind of like blemish, physical blemish. And then on the other apps, it's like, there was all of the girls were very traditionally Western attractive women, right? So it's it totally comes from. I mean, I think misogyny plays a huge part in why these are big, or at least why they're growing to be big. So,
it's like you want to talk about, and listen, like I am not blaming every man for his loneliness. I am not like whatever, but I'm like, I don't know. Literally, I'm on fucking stupid Reddit, and I don't even follow this page, but I think I maybe looked once because it's very juicy to look on r/relationship advice. And this guy posted on there, and he was like, I'm like this age, built, I'm this, I'm hot, I'm funny, have this much money, I don't understand why I'm still single and why women keep rejecting me. And then he went on to say like about this date that he had where he was like basically a total dick to this woman, and every single woman in the replies was like, you were being an asshole. Like, you wonder why you are not getting dates. It's because you're like a dick.
It's I mean, it's, you're right. And I think, and again, I think that there's a lot of factors that play into it. But
like, and again, I don't want to like completely vilify. I'm really not trying to like vilify people that use this, because I understand that human connection is really difficult, especially if you are like out of the norm. If you are, like you were saying, like not Western centric beauty standards, if you are, not skinny, if you are not white, if you are neurodivergent at all, it's really hard. Like, it can be very difficult to make friends, but like, or to make a romantic connection. But like, I don't know. It's like this, especially if you are literally paying for replica premium, at that point, just pay a sex worker. Like, at least it's still fake, and it's still like not a real relationship. But like, at least it's a real human being,
Or
like,
it's like a different, I mean, I guess it's a relationship. I mean, it's still a paid for relationship. So I guess you could call it fake in that way, but it's a human connection of some kind.
Like, at least, like, if you want to talk about practicing like human connection, that's a real person who you have to, like, if you were, say, disrespectful and shitty to this woman or whatever person, this sex worker person that you're paying to like be your companion, they're probably not going to tolerate it to a certain extent. And so you can learn like real human boundaries. You can learn, whatever. And like, hopefully, I don't know. It's like, at least it's a real fucking like human being with a mind and a soul that's like talking to you, instead of like this machine that is a machine. Like, it's not real. I don't know.
And part of me also feels like if you are talking to something that is literally like programmed to agree with you all the time, you're not really practicing for human connection.
That's exactly right, because if you ever get into a relationship with a real human being, you're not going to agree on things.
Like, I'm not going to tell my partner to assassinate the queen.
Exactly.
Like, it's
like, you're right, babe, you should do it.
Yeah, like it's I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like, that kind of is like where the whole facade of it being a practice for social situation like falls apart, because that's just not how social situations are.
Exactly. And it's like, you guys can advertise it like that all day long, but at the end of the day, the true application of this becomes pretty clear. Like, I think who you are marketing this to becomes pretty clear. Like you were saying, I mean, you were on the apps for like 5 minutes, and it was like immediately, clearly, this is
plan a trip together.
This is what this is
under
for.
The stars or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. It's but that's it. Again, I think whether or not there's any kind of positives, because I don't feel fully convinced of the positives. I think the negatives completely outweigh it. And Finn.
I just think too, like, I don't know. Again, it's hard, and the world has, I think, become, like you said, I mean, I think human connection has become more difficult, especially since the pandemic. But like, I just think, like, if you are struggling to make friends, struggling to find connection, find an interest that you have. Hatsune Miku even. And you know what? Go to a fucking anime convention in your town.
Truly.
Or, whatever. And speak to the other humans at that anime convention. Take a pottery class. Take a, whatever.
Join a chess club. That's
Join
what I
a
did.
chess club. Join an anime club. Like,
Literally.
there really is places for people of all kinds of interests where, guess what? If you can share that one connected interest, you likely will be able to, like, connect with the people around you, and then you'll start talking about other aspects of your life, and then you will be real friends. And I know it's hard, and I know it's scary, but, like, if you are at the point where you are needing to speak to an AI to feel like you have a companion in this world, like, you have to just push yourself to go and do it. And if you can't, go to a psychiatrist, go to a therapist. And again, I know that costs money, and it's coming from a place of somebody who can afford to go and do those things. But, like, there's solutions out there that is not this. It's like there's human beings all over the world, and most of them, I think, would be happy to talk to you.
Yeah, I think for the most part. I mean, again, just be cordial, and you're probably fine. Like, as long as you're not, like, creeping on women, like, normally people are pretty friendly. Like,
hey, how are you? I like your hair. Thanks. I like yours. Like,
I was gonna say, 98% of every interaction I've had in public has been very friendly and nice and good. Like, I know it's hard. I know the world is dark. Believe me. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like, you gotta push through somehow and, like, make those connections. Want to pass me a twisty?
I got you, boo.
We're drinking a lovely
Baby
twisted
boy.
tea.
Yeah, we got twisted teas happening.
Anyway, that's at least the current state and a small glimpse at AI companions.
That's really interesting.
There's a lot more apps and there's a lot more stories you can go into, but obviously
it's really interesting. And it's like, I don't know, I have known somebody who was, like, super lonely and started like talking to basically a sex worker, and I don't even know if it was sexual. I think it was literally just, like, for companionship, and that alone is, like, I was like, wow, that is a bummer that you had to get to that point in your life where you felt like you had to pay somebody to, like, talk to them. This is on, like, the whole
another level,
next level of, like,
loneliness and, like, isolation.
Which is it's one of the most painful feelings in the world. And it's hard, but I don't know.
Anyway, well, bummer.
Woohoo
Remarks for fun.
It's an uplifting show. Well, you're about to feel way good. It's gonna make you feel even more happy. So it seems that the Elon bros have moved on to the next big thing, which is AI. At first they stand Elon, and then it was the Bored Ape NFTs, and then it was, like, crypto or whatever. It's like they have this weird thing of where they have to, like,
it's like
whatever is, like, the weird
any new advancement in technology
thing
that, like, doesn't work or isn't is it, like, a dumb idea. They're like, well, this is just the future.
It's
and
the
like,
wave of the future, and how dare you criticize
NFTs were arguably the worst thing that ever came out.
One of the stupidest,
so dumb,
fucking most pointless things I've ever seen in my entire life. And where are they now?
Yeah, like, do you even hear about NFTs anymore? No.
My apes. Where are my apes?
Literally.
And so now they've moved on to valiantly defending AI. Many concerns have been expressed with AI. What does this mean for the future of the job market? What does this mean for our schools? How is this affecting our artists? What about the way we perceive the entire world? I've seen it all over the internet. At first, starting as more of, like, kind of a meme generator. AI could be used to create some kind of, like, amalgamation of pictures based on the words you put into the prompter.
Those were some good ones.
Yeah,
like Karl Marx getting pegged by Celine Dion.
I literally have some, like, saved on my computer when I like when it kind of first came out, I put it into like, I can't even remember which website it was, but yeah, I think I was like, I did like Karl Marx at a drag show, and it's like a really fucked up, not very clear picture of like, it's kind of Karl Marx's face, and there's like maybe like a drag queen in a pink dress in the background. Or I remember literally in 2021, I was driving to a wedding in New Mexico, and we were like playing with the AI generator thing, and it was like SZA at a gas station, and it was like this like really fucked up like weird looking creature, and we were like, ha ha ha, how funny is that? Like, this could never possibly turn into anything so evil. But yeah, after a while, this has sort of graduated into a more refined, especially with the photos, like an actual more refined photo. I think we all remember the AI picture of the Pope in a puffer jacket. Yeah. Do you remember that?
I do.
I remember I had to like double take. It made, I would like looked at it and I was like, is that real? And then I looked again and I was like, oh, no, it's fine. After what has felt like just a few short years, AI has completely taken off and is now capable of much more convincing pictures than even Puffer Pope. There was actually one that I came across. Puffer Pope. There was one that I came across on Twitter, X. It was a video of these golden retrievers running in the snow, and the caption was like, I think the caption was just something like, "This is insane." And I would have literally, if there was no caption or it was just like cute, I would have just scrolled past and been like, oh, cute, golden retrievers in the snow. But the thing was like, this is insane. And I was like, why? It's puppies running. I mean, sure, it's adorable. So I like watched it, and I had to watch the video like, and it was just like a maybe 4-second clip. And I watched it like a couple of times, and that's when it occurred to me. I was like, oh, I can see how it's, I think it's AI actually. And I can see the little parts that are slightly fucked up, but it was such a good video that I just was like, oh, cute, puppies running in the snow. Like, it looked real. This seemingly quick jump in AI capabilities is due to a breakthrough technology called Transformers. Ooh, I hope Optimus Prime is there.
Autobots.
Newsflash, he's not, unfortunately.
Bro, that's what we need to make AI for. Optimus Prime to guard the world. Yeah,
please. First Transformers movie is great. The rest suck. But that first one was Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. And
so good.
Megan Fox, dude. Yeah. Remember being like 14 when that came out? And like, dude,
you Megan were like, Fox was holy shit. Oh, yeah. Not only is she's like the hottest woman on the planet.
Yeah, no, she was like, that was like all people talked about.
Yeah. But then also there's robot cars.
Robots punching each other, dude. Yeah.
Sick.
It's one of those things. I keep telling Eden because I'll admit it, guys. I'll admit it. I enjoy playing Call of Duty sometimes. Okay.
Taylor.
I'm sorry. It's fun. Again, it scratches the like caveman part of my brain that's like gun go. You know? And that's kind of what Transformers is, like big robot punch each other.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love that shit.
My brain is like, this is good. I want to watch this.
I feel like almost everybody can like get something out of, it's it's enjoyable. It's like fun. It's like it's like McDonald's.
Godzilla versus King Kong.
I'm going to go watch that movie.
Big guys punching each other. Like
big giant monsters.
Giant lizards shoot fire out of mouth.
It's so
Sign me
fun.
The fuck up, dude.
Yeah, of course I want to watch it. That's like, I love disaster movies. Yes. Like that movie 2012.
Oh my god. Bro, The Day After Tomorrow, I fucking loved that movie when I was growing up.
Yes. Oh my gosh, can we have a movie marathon soon and just watch like really shitty...
What's the one, Moon? The one where the moon is like crashes into the earth?
Ooh, I don't think I've seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but I've heard of it.
Fuck yes,
and I think it's like kind of a, not like new, but it's like 2017 or something. Nice. So like kind of after the disaster movie era.
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah, because there was a moment. Can we get like pretty drunk and watch that?
I would love to.
Awesome. Yay. Anyway, okay, Transformers. Not the movie, but this AI technology called Transformers. And there was an article on Amazon Web Services. I don't know, man. They had good info on there. Yeah. And it explains what Transformers are. Quote, early deep learning models that focused extensively... It's kind of a long quote, so just stay with me. Early deep learning models that focused extensively on natural language processing, tasks aimed at getting computers to understand and respond to natural human language. They guess the next word in a sentence based on the previous word. To understand better, consider the autocomplete feature in your smartphone. It makes suggestions based on the frequency of word pairs that you type. For example, if you frequently type "I am fine," your phone auto-suggests "fine" after you type "am." Early machine learning models applied similar technology on a broader scale. They mapped the relationship frequency between different word pairs or word groups in their training data set and tried to guess the next word. However, early technology couldn't retain context beyond a certain input length. So basically, these early models struggled to find context between things in a sentence. So you would sort of continually get these basic suggestions, like, you could say, like, I really like peaches. I want to go to the farmer's market and get a peach. And it would never be able to, like, make a connection between farmer's market and peach, or even, like, peach and peaches.
Yeah, because those words never, like, appeared next to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this was until Transformers were created. So this is a quote from that same article. Quote, "Transformer models modify this process by incorporating something called a self-attention mechanism. Instead of processing data in order, the mechanism enables the model to look at different parts of the sentence sequence all at once and determine which parts are the most important. Imagine that you're in a busy room trying to listen to someone talk. Your brain automatically focuses on their voice while tuning out less important noises. Self-attention enables the model to do something similar. It pays more attention to the relevant bits of information and combines them to make better output predictions. This mechanism makes transformers more efficient, enabling them to be trained on larger data sets. It's also more effective, especially when dealing with long pieces of text where context from far back might influence the meaning of what's coming next." So, right. So this just basically made the process much more able of more complex, and I don't want to use the word thinking, but complex, like, data matching, I will say. So,
So now you don't, now you when you put piss in my mouth enough, when you text piss in my mouth enough, if you put piss, it'll bring up in my and mouth.
Right.
And versus just saying, like, after in, I don't know.
It also could bring up, like, at the orgy tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
It could associate, if you were like, "Hey, are you coming to that orgy tonight?" And your friend's like, "Yes." And you're like, "Are you going to be pissing in somebody's mouth?"
Yeah.
Then the next time you're texting about orgies, it would bring up, like, "Do you want to talk about pissing in somebody's mouth?"
It's like, "Oh, last time you talked, last orgy, someone pissed in your mouth, so
do you want to bring up pissing in the mouth again?"
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
See, you just got to put it in terms that the common folk will
the
understand.
layman can understand. So these transformers allow AI to make connections between multiple things in a sentence or a word prompt, connect them back to each other, back to other information in the AI database, and produce better, more human-like images and texts. So also the thing with these transformers and with just, like, AI models in general is that it's not just basing output on, what you have put into the machine. It's basing output on what everybody else has also put into the machine. So it's like,
it's learning from everything.
Exactly. So it's like, oh my God, not only do people like pissing in each other's mouths in orgies, but they also like,
true,
knife play at orgies. Perhaps, if I'm writing up an AI sentence about what I'm going to do at an orgy tonight, perhaps I'll write something about mouth pissing. I might also write something about knife play,
like
because
Susan talking about her Bible club doesn't ever use the word piss in my mouth or knife play.
Exactly.
So Bible and knife play
have nothing to do with each other.
Scratch them, yeah.
Put them but like,
separate rooms.
Users that frequently talk about orgies talk about, knife play a lot. You talked about an orgy. Let me bring that up for you.
Interesting. So yeah, it's just the AI is just getting smarter. Like it just is like it's able to learn.
Yes. It's like it's making data connections much easier and like having a larger memory.
Yeah.
And like and able to keep and create connections in this memory and like expand upon that.
And like almost like the association that like it's weird because obviously it's getting to the point where it's like acting more human, but like what a human brain can do, right? Like if to use our orgy example, it's like you think orgy, you think there's some crazy shit going on, knife play,
exactly,
come everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Jizz all over the place, and it's like your brain associates that stuff with orgy, but like now the AI can start to be like, oh shit, like
this is what goes on.
This is what orgies are all about,
Exactly. So the rise of AI art has not only been, so sort of pivoting here, but the rise of AI art has not only been a disappointment, but a large concern as well. The quirky AI meme type images of, me as a Funko Pop, or like, of yesteryear, or like, a bunch of cats that like their fur spells out gay sex or something.
The good old days.
Yeah, truly, I miss it. Which like I had less of a problem with because it was like you could look at that and be like, that's AI, and it's being used for like, it's kind of fucking stupid
it's
and
just, like silly. Yeah,
simple.
It's like if you want to make
harmless,
fucking glorb SpongeBob raps,
right?
Then yes, like I'm let's do more AI of that.
Yeah, yeah. But they've now been replaced by people posting art that they created. Heavy air quotes when I say words like this. Using AI, and more often than not, leaving out the bit where they had used AI to make it.
Of course,
they sort of are not telling you that part.
Yeah.
The models used to create AI art get the images and styles from somewhere. They are not just creating these artworks out of thin air. Many artists have reported their work being scraped, which is a term used to mean basically like an AI model is going in and
like analyzing
your works and your data and whatever, and like collecting that information and then using it to produce images or words on its own. So many artists have reported their work being scraped and used by AI to create images that are then reposted by someone saying, look at this art I made. In Charlotte, North Carolina, artist Eliana Esquivel discovered that her artwork was being scraped by AI when she had a dip in commissions and decided to check the website haveibeentrained.com, which allows you to search up images, domain names, text, etc. to see if it is being used in AI training models. And to her horror, she found that almost her entire portfolio of works had been scraped.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And we'll find out more about what Eliana has to say after these advertisements or blank empty air space ads. Welcome back.
Welcome?
Welcome.
Whoa, dude.
Welcome.
Welcome. Did you know that, I might have said this on the podcast in the past, but a dork is actually a Wales Johnson.
Oh,
it's schlong.
That is, yeah.
So.
And I've heard that whales have the second biggest schlong on the planet. After Taylor, of course.
Yeah, of course. I feel as though you are the one that's known primarily for having the big...
for my schlong.
For laying the most pipe.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, actually.
Yeah,
so, yeah. I mean, well, because I've been a whale this whole time.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
I meant to...
A whale in a Phoebe body.
Yes.
Of course.
That's my whale sound.
Killer or blue?
Killer.
Of course, killer.
Killer.
I was going to say maybe sperm, but...
You're not a killer. You have to be a killer. Have you seen, of course you haven't, Succession?
No.
My favorite TV
sorry.
show. The show my dog is literally named after.
I am watching, I started the first episode. I need to watch more of it, but I started... Have you seen Fall of the House of Usher?
Yes. Oh, it's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
I started watching that one because I really like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah. Oh, you'll like it.
I did show Eden recently, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and we both sobbed.
Yeah, it's a sobber.
And I do want to watch Midnight Mass as well. I know you want me to watch that one.
That is one of my... It's like I have some top TV shows, and that's up there. It is so fucking good. You know what I watched recently? Beef. On Netflix. It's called Beef. It won a shit ton of Emmys, and I watched the Emmys, and I was like... I hadn't seen the show. I knew... So the basic premise is it's about these two people that get into a road rage incident with each other, and then they like keep trying to sort of like ruin each other's lives because they're mad about this like road rage incident. And I didn't know anything about it, so I was like, that seems kind of dumb. And then I just like, when I was home with the puppy for the first week, I basically didn't work at all, just trying to get her settled in. So I was like, I need something to watch. This show is so fucking good. Damn. It deserves every Emmy that it won. It's so fucking well written. It's so interesting. I love a show that has like a long diatribe at the end where it's just like people talking about their feelings. So yeah, it has everything that I love. Yeah. So good.
Also, did we mention, I feel like maybe mentioned it, but you have the pup now.
Yeah, I think I talked about her a little bit last episode, but yeah, she's been so good. She's settling in amazing. She had her, thank fucking God, finally, she had her final vaccines today. So I can leave my damn house finally with her, you know? Yeah. Because she just like, if I take her anywhere, like I can't put her down. I've been taking her on walks where I literally just hold her in my arms. Yeah. Because, she's like
immunized.
Exactly. So yeah, I can finally like take her on a real walk and exhaust her and not have to just sit in my living room and really play fetch for like an hour. But yeah, she's a really fucking good puppy, you guys. I'm so impressed with her. Not to go off about my dog, but she's just the love of my life.
A tiny little baby and is also an angel. So
cute. Yeah, Taylor got to meet her this weekend. Twice. And that's true. Yeah. And she just like, she's doing so good with her potty training. She's doing so good with her training. She learned drop it today. Aww. So now when I throw her toys and I say drop it, she softly lets it go. I'm so proud of her. Yeah. Cute. She's amazing. She's doing so good. I love her, you guys. I'll post photos. She's the cutest.
As you should.
Cutest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. I can't even handle it.
Cute.
Ugh. Okay. So we're talking about AI art. We're talking about this artist, Eliana Esquivel, who found out that her art had been scraped by AI. She went to the website Have I Been Trained? You can look up like your own images or text or etc. to see if has it been used to train AI models. To her horror, she found out that almost her entire portfolio of works had been scraped. Quote from Eliana: I've tried to get it taken down and everything, but it doesn't really matter because it'll just get scraped again. It'll end up back on the website. It's kind of a dystopian thing to be dealing with. To see that it was scraped and that people are just reproducing it for free with no context as to how it was made or like why it was made, that was a really kind of sobering moment of artists need to protect their work a little bit more than we give the world credit for.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we were kind of talking about this on, off the break or on the break, but like it's just so, again, we're both artists. The fact that like people can make something that has learned to mimic something that you have put like years of your life into.
Exactly.
I think like specifically with music, like I've been playing guitar since I was 13. Like, I've put more of my life has been put into that than hasn't.
Yeah.
So it's
true.
Like
that's crazy.
The fact that someone could just like click some buttons and a computer could like, I'm sure, make a song that's very close to any of my songs.
Exactly.
Because it's like analyzed anything, a variety of different kinds of whatever is like a very dystopian thought, a very like why, I don't know, I guess like the nihilist would be like, why even do it on your own anymore, right? Like what's the point?
It feels like that. I can't remember, maybe it was Ray Bradbury. It's like a short story, Harrison Bergeron. Did you ever read that where they like, it's not quite the same, but it just makes me think of it, where they like try to sort of put everybody on an even playing field. So there's like ballerinas on the stage. It's a short story, and they like put ankle weights on certain ballerinas so they can't dance better than the other ballerinas or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, it's just like, yeah, it is very like, it feels like a fucking Ray Bradbury novel where you're like, oh, I can just produce artwork, but like beyond, like below the surface, there is like these artists like toiling away, you know?
No, literally.
If you want to support Eliana's art, I suggest going to her website at elesqart.com. Her work is really, truly beautiful. AI companies are undergoing multiple lawsuits for this image scraping process. Kelly McKernan, an artist from Tennessee, joined a class action lawsuit with 2 other artists when Kelly discovered that their name had been used for Midjourney prompts over 12,000 times.
Jesus.
Yes. What this means is that Midjourney users were typing into the prompter and, for example, quote, crows flying in the air in the style of Kelly McKernan. So when people, when I say like that, you know, this artist is finding out that their works had been used in an image scraping process, or that their images had been used as AI prompts, the people who are, the way that your name or your works as an artist ends up, it is because somebody is literally saying, please create me art in the style of this artist.
Yeah.
And once that's happened enough times, then somebody else can type in like something sort of adjacent. They don't have to say the artist's name, but they can say like in a, you know, Lord of the Rings or a tarot card style, and it's scraped enough from this one artist who has a sort of similar vibe, and it will just start creating things based on that. But like, it comes from literally somebody stealing, typing in the name of, please create me something like that looks like this artist's work. The Midjourney users were quite literally asking the model to scrape their art. Midjourney even charges for some of their services, so the case feels even more egregious considering, of course, these artists are not being compensated for their work being scraped.
Literally. Which
it's like, I'm rubbing my face and my eyeballs because it's just like, fuck you. You charge people to use this service that is literally stealing
from other people,
from artists who are open to creating works.
Yeah,
like,
you could commission
just pay
them.
Kelly.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Works that are literally fucking copyrighted. Like, Kelly is the owner of their own artwork, and Eliana is the owner of her own artwork, and these things are stealing and then charging people to use shit that they fucking stole.
Yeah.
It's like somebody selling like a catalytic converter that they fucking stole out of your car at Walmart or whatever.
Obviously, yeah.
God. And even
that's just good business. The
it truly
converter, but
copper wires that I ripped out of the drywall.
I'm wondering too, because I know there's a big debate that happens specifically in like leftist circles about intellectual property and like the idea behind like owning, you know, copyright and owning like a specific idea and things like that, right?
Sure.
And, you know, you can argue how that's bad in a lot of cases, just the idea of intellectual property. But if we're going to be operating under capitalism, people deserve to get paid and make a living off of like their trades.
Exactly.
And you know, like,
I think especially when bigger corporations steal so often. I mean, Shein has gone under fire like 600 times for stealing designs from like small, you know, fashion designers.
They all do that. All the fucking fast fashion brands. Like, it's crazy.
Yes. Like every single thing that they have is just stolen from like a smaller
artist. Again, I think it's like the mega corporations that steal and don't, you know, and then probably copyright their own designs that they've stolen that are kind of the problem.
Exactly. And that's my other thing with this whole thing is that it's like there are jobs being taken away from people who are like true art. Like, you know, I just today alone saw 3 advertisements that used AI generated artwork to advertise me something, when in the past, literally like 2 years ago, that would have been something like either a real photograph or drawing from a real human being. So it's like, this is, not only is it just like annoying that people are like scraping your works and posting it on Twitter and being like, I made this, and it's like stupid AI art, but it's also like there's real jobs being taken from real people.
Have you heard the controversy of Late Night with the Devil?
Yes.
They used like 2 or 3 AI generated title cards in that movie. And people were kind of, there was a lot of discourse.
I know. I had seen.
People were like defending it. Some people were like, hey, this isn't cool. Some people were being like, well, they did it before AI. We knew like the dangers of AI. And it's like, well, I don't know. I tend to lean on the side of like, if you're going to do AI art and like you literally knew that like your choice to put that in the movie was like, we don't have to pay anybody to make these title cards now. So it's like you knew what you were doing. Like, regardless of if like the discourse had gotten there yet of like AI being like, oh, is it bad? It's like, you knew that you were like literally getting something for free. That you could have paid artists for. And people are like, oh, it's an indie movie. Fucking everything, every small thing that you do is an indie thing. Like, you know, I pay artists for my album art. Like, I'm an indie artist.
As a small creator, I feel more inclined to want to pay people for their work, because I too am like just out here fucking trying to live, begging people to pay me for my artwork. So like,
every Remarks thing that you've seen has been artwork that we've paid someone for, or a stock image of Karl Marx that I put heart-shaped sunglasses on.
Yeah, like the only shit that we haven't actually paid somebody for is free licensing bullshit. So like, everything else, and it was made by us.
Literally,
I would never dream of like asking. Yeah, trying to get something for it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay. Like I said, I was
getting frustrated.
Gonna get fired up. So an even bigger lawsuit, Getty Images, which I'm sure we've all heard of, the image licensing company. I'm sure you've seen their logo covering photos of celebrities on like the red carpet. They're known a lot. They have like 1 million like stock photo images, as we were just saying, stock photos. That's what Getty Images is really known for. They are suing Stable Diffusion for, quote, unlawfully copying and processing millions of images protected by copyright. And the suit goes on to read, quote, the harm to artists is not hypothetical. Their claim reads, going on to note that while the, quote, rapid success of Stable Diffusion has been partly reliant on a great leap forward in computer science, it has been even more reliant on a great leap forward in appropriating copyrighted images. Which I thought was pretty cutthroat, even for legalese.
Honestly, I never thought I'd be saying that Getty Images was kind of based.
I know, but
I imagine they pay their photographers for those stock photos, right?
So, exactly, and the models and everything. Yeah. Midjourney developers were even found on a Discord chat sharing a list of over 4,000 artists' names to put into their prompts. Like, literally, there was a Discord chat of all of these Midjourney fucking users or whatever, that they had a fucking list of all these different artists, and they were like, oh, type in this artist if you want this kind of style.
Wow.
AI art is literally stealing no matter how you try to spin it.
Yeah.
Now, pivoting again, you may remember the big SAG-AFTRA strike in 2023. SAG-AFTRA is the Screen Actors Guild - American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. To keep it short, the strike was over writers' wages and labor disputes and actors' labor disputes, as well as issues with residuals from streaming platforms and the use of AI in digital recreation. The writers' union was, of course... Yes. The writers' union was, of course, protesting the use of AI to write scripts, which would take away the jobs of the already criminally underpaid writers.
Literally.
Insanely underpaid.
It's actually insane.
Not even fucking funny.
Insane. Like, to be a TV writer, like, I mean, Because that's like, that's
pennies
like some
on the
people's
dollar.
fucking dream job,
Yes.
Like, I would love to write for a TV show.
Same.
And then you get fucking, what, like, $20,000 a year to live on? Like, are you kidding me?
It's like ridiculous. And God knows the interns, who are literally getting paid nothing.
Probably unpaid.
Fighting for their lives.
God.
And the actors were more concerned with digital AI recreations of themselves being used in films, marketing, etc., and not being compensated for it.
Yeah.
So there are two forms of these digital replicas, and an article from the Center for Democracy and Technology explains them well. Quote, employment-based digital replicas are where a studio captures the likeness of a performer in the course of shooting a movie or TV show with the performer's physical participation, but with the intent to use the replica to portray the performer in a scene or soundtrack in which the performer did not actually perform. So basically they will take like snippets, essentially, from like something that the actor actually was present to shoot and sort of like AI them together to make them like sell Doritos or whatever. And then you have independently created digital replicas, which is where a studio creates from existing materials and uses to portray the performer in scenes they did not actually shoot.
And also fucking Toronto-based rappers.
Yes, exactly. To sing songs that they did not actually sing.
To put fucking Tupac in a song dissing Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that's a whole other topic, but
God.
like that, I just had to mention that was fucking crazy.
No, I know.
Didn't he got like fucking sued or like? I think the Two Pots of Steak made him like did a cease and desist on that. Yeah,
probably. Jesus,
crazy.
Yeah, why would you?
Shit.
That's such a crazy choice to make.
Yeah.
For the employment-based replicas, the union was demanding that actors must give consent and sign a contract 48 hours to this digital likeness being captured by AI models, which I personally do not feel like is asking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The unions were also demanding that the actor must sign a new contract each time this digital likeness is used. Therefore, no studio should own permanent rights to a digital replica, which, again, is not a lot to ask for.
Pretty understandable.
Taylor, fill the air while I get a drink of water.
I will. No, I think that that's completely understandable because, again, it's like if you build up a big enough repertoire of somebody's AI'd voice lines, then it's like, do you just own the person's likeness at that point?
Exactly.
Like in this weird,
and you can just kind of use
like,
it for whatever you want.
It's, I get, not to be like, I don't know what the word is I'm thinking.
Alarmist?
Not to like alarmist, yeah, but it's like, I mean, I can see how this would be if used, like if you take it to its fullest extent, it's like now we don't even have to hire actors because we have enough fucking AI data of them to just like make a movie that they're in without ever having to have them there because we can have an AI craft every scene that they are supposed to be in.
Exactly. And so with these what did I just call it? Employment based. The actor would be paid minimum their day rate for the use of these likenesses. And another quote from this article explains the complications with these independently created replicas. Quote, the rules for independently created replicas are somewhat looser. Because studios generally own the copyrights to the movies and TV shows that form the existing materials used to create independent replicas, there are no hard limits on studios' abilities to create such replicas. However, studios must still obtain separate consent each time they wish to use this type of replica. Unlike with employment-based replicas, there is no minimum pay amount. The compensation is a matter of bargaining between the performer and the studio. So, yeah. There's also the issue of using an actor's likeness and performance to train AI models. This is even harder to put protections around because, again, the studios technically own an actor's performance in a film. So, like, an actor obviously owns themselves and owns their likeness, but then, like, once
they've kind of sold that.
Yeah, like once that film is sold to the studio and like, you know, it's out and been released, like the studio owns all like that performance in a way. It's weird. So it's hard.
It's weird, but I feel like it's also like it should just be illegal. Like to if you're trying to like advertise with AI for a movie, it's like just don't. I don't know.
Right.
Like it should just be like, because I get like, yeah, you own the property, right? So like I don't know, fucking Barbie is owned by, is it Universal? I don't know.
I think.
Like, you know, they could like do a Barbie themed commercial, right? But just make it illegal for them to like AI generate Margot Robbie.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, they own the likeness of the movie, but like, I don't know. It feels like it's getting real complicated with like that. It gets shit.
Hairy.
And it's like, I don't know. I mean, Congress and the law is it's always like 10 years behind anything that ever happens. But yeah.
Right, like I said, the studios own an actor's performance in a film, and therefore they could own the rights to feeding that to an AI to create an AI actor, who isn't technically the likeness of any one actor, but has scraped the face, body, voice, and mannerisms from multiple actors. And then the studios could then use this non-human actor to get away from paying a real human actor.
Yeah, I guess that's true as well.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Which, this all seems really crazy to me. The entertainment and arts industries are one of the most human and creative spaces that we have left. The entire point of seeing a live-action film is to see an actor doing what they do best, which is portraying human emotions. There was even more that I could have gotten into today. I wanted to talk about the scams being run with AI, which, like, we've heard about people getting phone calls where the voice of their loved one says that they've like been kidnapped and money needs to be sent.
That's crazy.
The use of AI to create deep fake porn, AI being used by police surveillance. But of course, the horrors of the ever-growing technology of AI are just too large to fit into one episode. So I wanted to focus more on kind of the art side of it today.
I think that's just more content for another episode.
Yeah,
though, dude,
truly. I mean, it's never ending.
We could go on and on about how AI is gonna make us a dystopian hellscape.
Yeah. Because I was going to talk, too, about, like, the new Google AI where, like, you Google something and the first result is, like, AI... whatever AI has, like, gleaned from several articles, which has been... It's wrong. It's often wrong.
Just incorrect, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in, like, some places, like, fucking Facebook, I don't remember, I was looking up... I think it was my mom's profile for something. Probably to look at, like, pictures of me when I was a kid or something, show someone... And, like, you have to use the, like, meta AI to, like, search on Facebook now.
Oh, my God.
And it's, like, shit like that. It's, like, like, it's getting to the point where you can't escape using AI.
Exactly. It's like we were saying with, this was, like, multiple episodes ago, but we were talking about, like, surveillance state and how, like, you know, the iPhone you could just do a passcode. Well, then it graduated to, you have to do a fingerprint. Now it's graduated to, I have to scan your face. It's like, and AI is becoming the same way where it's becoming inescapable. Yeah. And like, I think that the term for AI is very loose. And, like, it can mean a lot of things. Like, the algorithm is an AI. And, you know, your AI girlfriend is an AI. And...
You're, like, fucking Alexa is an AI.
Exactly. But and, like, I don't know. I think that, like, the implications of certain things are less evil than others. But, like, I think the more and more that we lean into, like, let's replace art with AI is just driving us further away from like the point of
art
living. And I want to say I don't think that people who use AI are evil. I think if you want to use AI at like your office job to help you compose an email or like write a PowerPoint presentation about your sales projects, like I don't really give a shit. And in fact, if you work for a corporation, I even encourage that. Like, absolutely waste the company dollar and like work for fucking free and let AI do your work for you. I don't care. But when it comes to creating like drawings, paintings, digital art, films, television, there's already so much in our world that is like devoid of humanity. So much of just being a human being is like stripped away from us on the daily in the workforce alone. Like so much of our world has become like, you don't get to be a human anymore. You are like honestly, like, we are the fucking machines, you know? Like, we have been turned into the machines of productivity and creating fucking content and, like, feeding the fucking algorithm content that, like, I don't know. Like, the last thing I want to see when I finally have time to consume the art or media that I want to is a fucking picture made by a machine smushing together some, like, monstrosity of an artwork that has no fucking soul, that also, on top of that, stole all of the shit that it smushed together from something that did once have a soul. You know, art is about trying. It's about taking risks. Taylor and I were talking about this off air about, like, you know, art. The argument is like, oh, art's not accessible. But, like, the thing is, it is. Art is accessible to basically everyone. You don't have to be good at it. And, like, in fact, first of all, there is no such thing as, like, good and bad art unless it's AI. And secondly, like, some of my favorite kind of art is the bad kind. Like, I love music that is weird and new and different and, like, maybe doesn't work. Perfect example, like I was talking about at the beginning of this episode, Charlie XCX is just now getting her flowers. Yeah. Because her music is weird and, like, different and could be considered bad. Like, she's hyperpop, so you want to talk about, like, quote unquote bad music, 100 Gex. Yeah. Wildly successful. They have some of the, like, stupidest, weirdest crunchiest music, and it's amazing because you've never heard anything like it before. You know, I love abstract paintings and surrealism. I love cartoons that are, like, kind of crunchy on the edges. Like, I love in the original 101 Dalmatians how it's, like, sketchy and it's textured. You know, I love when I can look at something and I can see the soul into it and the work that went into it and the humanity of it all. Like, I can look at something and say, this was formed by a human being.
And that's, like, the biggest thing, right? Is, like, AI, as you've kind of discussed, it doesn't create anything of its own.
Exactly.
It mushes together everything else. It's like you aren't going to get people who are pushing the boundaries of what art is and, like, truly, like, what it is to create and to be human in a way, like, you know, like, experiment and come up with these new ideas and these new things. Like, AI can't do that. People have to do that, and it's
exactly,
again, it's insulting, and it is
insulting.
It's insulting that we are taking that and using it for profit a lot of the times.
Yes, and
stealing from those people who are out here trying to push and, like, create something new and I don't know, and expand upon just, like, what we recognize as art. I don't,
it's like this, like, I don't know, it's like everything in our world is so fucking cheap and phony and like forced upon, and, like, I don't know, I was even gonna say, like, maybe I don't care so much if, like, for instance, I don't know, AI is being used to, like, advertise to me or whatever, but I mean, aside from the fact that, like, they're probably stealing jobs, but you know what, also, like, I actually do kind of fucking care about that because also so much of my life is being advertised to, and I would way rather have it be that, like, you know, a Don Draper Mad Men style fucking dude sat in the boardroom and, like, came up with an idea with his human brain to, like, know what was going to work. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I want something in my life to be real when so little of the world around us is real. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And just, like, longing for that, like, because, again, like, the coolest part of art is that, like, and I mean, I'd say, like, music is my favorite kind of art. Sure. Is that, like, connection that you feel with not only the person who created it, but, like, other people who have listened to it as an example, or, like, in a painting, like, people have seen it or whatever. Right. And it's like, it's, when you strip all of that away, it's like you just have a picture, you just have a song, but it doesn't have any of the, like, emotional weight and, like, again, like, what it means to be human behind it, and it's fucking lifeless and cold, and it feels like the end of the world.
It does. No, it literally does. And I'm like, when so much of our world is devoid of humanity and it's lifeless and cold and like, you know, for instance, like, and we're again long tangent at the end here, but like, for example, I saw this tweet from this girl, and no shade to this girl, I'm sure she's a great person, but she was saying something about like, oh my gosh, I can't believe people actually like hang out with their coworkers. That's so weird. Like my coworkers aren't real people to me. And I was like, that's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, sure, like separating work and life, and I understand what, but I'm like, some of my best friends are people who I have worked with at jobs, and like, these are real human beings who you can make human connections to, which, as we've discussed, I mean, this is basically the crux of this whole episode is like, where's the fucking humanity? Like, like let's try to fucking connect with each other.
We're losing it like every day. And
I
whether it's like your human connection with relationships or your human connection through artwork, like that's like, and I guess that's like the whole crux of what AI is like. The idea behind it is like literal artificial intelligence. Like it's something trying to be human, but isn't, right? Like, and I guess that's like
and it will
what
never,
the point is of it.
It will never be. Like it will never be able to strike you the way that these things do. And I think that people, especially, you know, like the AI bros, for instance, like they want it to. And so they're like maybe pretending that it does. And it's just, again, it's like this, it's so fucking phony. When I'm like, some of my favorite art that has like hit me literally was like a little doodle of like these, you know, little cartoons like hugging. Or there was one time I literally cried in an art museum because I saw an Andy Warhol like screen print that he did of Perrier bottles. It was like, you know, in his art pop style, and there was a splash of ink that had like gone in the wrong space, and I just started crying because I was like, it's a mistake, you know, like, and I could just like imagine him in his studio making this print and the ink splashes and he's like, oh fuck, and it's like, I don't know, I was like, it makes it so I can look at it and it's so real. Like I know that a real person made this because I can look and I can see the mistake and like really understand, like he was there. And I feel like I'm looking at this work that like this man who I really respect as an artist who's now dead, like he made this and here it is in all of its glory and all of its mistake, like in front of me. Or like one of my favorite things is like when in a comedy show and you can see that the actor is like little twitch smile, like trying not to laugh at the joke. That's like one of the best moments in TV because you're like, oh my God.
A thing a while ago. It was like the idea of like music has become so digital that like you can like listen to a song and like it's not like you don't hear any of the like, I don't know, like that like sound when you like move your hand across the guitar like, and it like the strings kind of like make that little like zoop sound. Like you can listen to a whole song and not hear that once, right? Like digitally, and that's not to say that like there isn't a time and a place for digital music that's made by people, but like there's something about like the little imperfections of artwork that's done by people that like again, it's like you were saying, it's some of the best moments of art.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, and it brings you to a reality, and I think it makes it feel so tangible because you're like, oh, this is not perfection. Yeah, like, you know, I feel like we talk about these like major artworks like the Mona Lisa, and it's like this artist was a god, you know, creating these things, and they were so uniquely, unbelievably talented. But it's like you can look at these things up close, and you see the brush strokes, and you see like it's like no, a real human made this with their hands, and like so too can I. Yeah. Or you're listening to a song and you hear their voice crack. And you're like, oh my God. And
you're like, whoa.
It's just a real person singing. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's the part of art that is great. And it's, the AI is stripping that away and selling
destroying
it for cheap, like they're on the fucking, boardwalk or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there you go.
That was our long tangent about art, but I think it was needed because I've also been feeling that way about a lot of art.
Yeah. It just, like, I just feel like when we have the opportunity to connect, I mean, this goes back to the human loneliness thing, right? Like, this right here is a way to connect with people, is like, talk about the art that has moved you, whether it's a dance or a podcast or a TV show. There is, go on fuck Reddit, but like, go on there, because I'm on there for many communities that have real people talking about real things that have moved them. Real, there's a million communities out there for video games and TV shows and all of these things of people that are like, this meant so much to me and it moved me because it's art made by a person.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Well, want to plug some things now?
Tell us your comment on our Instagram. What's your favorite? I mean, really, actually, honestly, though, not even in a jokey way. Like, actually tell us, like, what is your favorite, like, I don't even care, any kind of art, like TV show or dancer or
book
musician.
or anything. Yeah,
just like, what is it? Because I'm curious, and we would love to check it out ourselves because we are art enjoyers.
Yeah.
And our Instagram is @Remarks Podcast.
And our Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, x.com, is @RemarksPod. I want to plug your personal Twitter.
Sure, it's @Phoebes Elise, Phoebes Elise. I'm funny on there sometimes.
You're pretty funny on there.
Laugh at my jokes.
I don't really use Twitter personally anymore, but my Instagram is T_lace or T_lace_19, I think, actually. And you can find my music at Taylor Lacey.
Speaking of supporting artists, listen to Taylor's music. If you like this show, you will like Taylor's music because it is all the things that we talk about.
I do the intro song. So.
Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah. Have we ever? I think we've said it was you, and I think it's obvious.
Yeah,
at least to me, I know what your singing voice sounds like. But yeah, our intro song, Taylor literally is singing that song. It's a Pete Seeger.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an old song.
It's an old folk song that's been like passed down.
But Pete Seeger probably like popularized it.
Sure.
And they called them the Almanac Singers, which was all the like
communist
that's right. guys.
Which you talked about in another episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Taylor singing our little intro song. So, support, y'all.
Not AI generated.
Yeah, it's not AI generated. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
And Kay, love you. Bye.